If there's a price for rotten judgment, I guess I've already won that. No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history, been there, done that. Hello, my fellow makeup enthusiasts. Welcome back to my perfectly healthy expression of makeup enthusiasm. My name is Lainey, and today I'm going in depth in the new Disney and Colourpop collab called Midnight Masquerade. This palette retails for $22 on the Colourpop website. It has a pretty nice combination of shimmers and mattes, although it does have two pressed glitters, and we're gonna get into those right away. It's a little bit on the neutral side for me, but I'm a big Hercules fan. I'm an even bigger Megara fan. I don't know if that's obvious, but yeah. So I really wanted to get this palette, and I also got the little Megara collection. Each princess or each character gets her own mask. So let's go ahead and show that first. Look how pretty the hard carton is. I just love it. And then on the inside, it says 0 to hero. Are we twins? Aha! And then you get this beautiful compact. They have collections for several different Disney princesses, and you get either a blush or a highlighter. Meg comes with a highlighter, and it is a purpley highlighter, which is amazing for me. I'm gonna go ahead and slap a little bit of that on. See, now this is my kind of highlighter, and my compact matches me. So this is going to go in my purse faux show. And then we have a little baby liquid lipstick. Now I have some things to say about this because I tried to wear it. I wore it in my eyeshadow demo video or my eyeshadow basics video where I kind of previewed the Midnight Masquerade palette. And so I do have experience with this. I will swatch it on my hand. So see, that's a decently pretty color. Oh my gosh, my cat's in the litter box. So sorry. Very special shout out to you if you were watching this in the litter box. You done? Okay, good boy. Ugh. Woohoo! What was I even talking about? Lipstick. Okay, so this is a pretty color. It's a little bit on the brown side for me, but actually I'm finding myself liking this color even though it's not what I have on my lips. So I put it on. It reminds me of the Ultra Matte formula, except it's thinner than the Ultra Matte formula. And the Ultra Matte formula from Colourpop is what made me dislike Colourpop for a long time, and I didn't give them a chance for years because I got an Ultra Matte lipstick, I think in an Ipsy bag, and it was awful. It was drying, it didn't look good, it made my lips peel. This does the same thing. So when I put it on, it took a little time to build it up. That's okay. It goes on, it's a very thin lipstick. The formula is much thinner than the typical Ultra Matte formula, and I was okay with that. It reminded me of a lip stain, and it does, it's pretty smudge resistant, and that can be a good thing, but my gosh, it's drying, and it also started stinging my lips after about 5 or 10 minutes, and my lips were on fire for about a day after I took this off, and this was a bitch to take off. It stained even after I used a makeup wipe, and maybe that's what hurt my lips, but they were already stinging before I used the makeup wipe. Anyway, it hurt me. It hurt me. And so what I used is the Colourpop lipstick from the little gingerbread collection, the Kissed and Bronzed and Kissed. Oh my gosh, the Bronzed and Kissed collection. And these colors are actually really similar. See that? And this is actually a very comfortable formula, so I went with that. But you know what? Everybody's lips are different. Everybody has different sensitivities. Everybody has different preferences to what they like to feel on their lips. So I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm saying that it hurt me. The highlighter, on the other hand, is beautiful. So let's go ahead and talk about the eyeshadow palette, and I want to talk about the packaging because look at this! I mean, so cute, right? I love this artwork. I wish I knew the name of the artist who did this, and I Googled and Googled and Googled, and I couldn't find it. But somebody out there probably knows it off the top of their head, and I probably sound like a fucking idiot. So comment down below. If you want to call me an idiot, that's okay. I get it. But I love this artwork. And this same artwork is featured on one of the Disney websites. I will link it down below. You can get teacups, and I'm not sure what else, but I know that you can get teacups of each of these princesses. I wanted to get a Meg teacup so badly, and on the back of it, it says, "I won't say I'm in love." And oh my gosh, I wanted it so badly, but it was sold out by the time I got my happy ass over there onto the website. But I've got it on my wish list and I'm watching it, so when it comes back in stock, it will be mine. Let's talk about the makeup. You want to hear about the makeup? I know. So, okay, let's talk about the pressed glitters first. I think most people are sick of them. I have mixed feelings about them. You know what? I'm just going to put them right here and zoom in. So this one right here is Floating Lanterns. That's a reference to Tangled. And this one over here is Royal Ball. I like Royal Ball a little bit better because I feel like it's a little bit classier, if that makes sense. It's a little bit more subtle. But I did use Floating Lanterns right here in the middle of my eye, and I just barely tapped it on my eyelids. It's not over the top. I wasn't going for an over the top look today, but I liked it. These remind me of the glitters in the Sweet Talk palette, and that made me really fall in love with pressed glitters. I know, right? And so I ordered a couple of the single shadow pressed glitters from Colourpop, and 2 out of the 3 that I ordered were absolute hot garbage, awful. They were messy, they were chunky, they were uncomfortable to wear on the eye. And then another one was actually really beautiful. It reminds me actually a lot of Floating Lanterns, I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know, maybe it's that the pressed glitters that are in the palettes are better than the single pressed glitters. Maybe you just hate pressed glitters as a concept, and so in which case you're probably not going to like them. I think that these are fine. In fact, Royal Ball I really like. I think that it's a nice, subtle, it adds a nice, subtle sparkle to your eye, and I dig it. So let's go ahead and talk about the other shades in the palette. I'm gonna take the top row and I'm gonna swatch it. So this is Spinning Wheel, Damsel, Pip, Enchanted, and Mama Odie. Now, I can't even see Spinning Wheel, so this is an example of a shimmer shade in a Colourpop palette. I run into them from time to time that just doesn't perform well. And I feel like Mama Odie, it's not showing up super well, and you really, I don't know what's up with my lighting today, but I'm wearing it on the inner part of my eye, and this is one of my favorite metallic shades that Colourpop has ever done. I absolutely adore this shade, and I absolutely adore Enchanted. It's this nice peach tone that I feel like looks good with my skin. These 2 shades are kind of boring to me, and this one I really don't like Spinning Wheel. It just doesn't work. It doesn't look like anything at all, and it's a little bit chunky. Not fat shaming there. I mean, I'm talking chunky, like texture on your eyelids, not attractive. And since I've already swatched the pressed glitters for you, I'm just going to swatch Djali, Mrs. Potts, this is a favorite of mine, and Frog and Wife. Okay, so here we go. So this is an example of really good shimmer shades that Colourpop makes. Djali, I think I'm saying that right. Am I saying it right? Am I saying it wrong? If I'm saying it wrong, just call me an idiot. It's okay. This is a bronzy shade. It's kind of like a cross between a rose gold and a bronze. This is not my color, but I do think it's pretty. Mrs. Potts is fucking gorgeous. I have that on kind of over the rainbow on this part of the eye, and I blended it out, I think, a lot. And so I don't know if it's not, I didn't want it to pop on my lid. I just wanted it to blend, and I thought it was beautiful. I really like this gold. And then I haven't used Frog and Wife on my eyelid yet, but I think that this is a gorgeous, it's not even, it's like a teal, I don't know. I know it's supposed to be green, but this leans a little bit more blue in my eyes. Anyway, it's beautiful. Okay, on to the bottom row. We have Nutmeg, we have New Dream, and we have a Gaston. And then we have Quasimodo and Merryweather. Okay, so Nutmeg is not a shade that I would typically be drawn to, but I've been using it a lot because it's nutmeg, you know? And I actually find that it really works in the outer corner. I used it as liner a couple of days ago and I really loved it. New Dream is just not really popping. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. I used that kind of partially in the outer corner. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but it's a beautiful plum shade. Gaston, I think, is supposed to be a reddish, like a brick red, or you know, the color of his tunic. And this shade looks really good. Quasimodo actually is kind of boring to me, but it works really well. And I'm so disappointed. I mean, Merryweather, I love the little fairies in Sleeping Beauty. I was really hoping that this would work well. It looks like it would swatch well, but it's just, look at that. I mean, it's just patchy. It's kind of a nothing shade. It's just, it's really bad. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. This is a bad shade. I used it in the outer V this morning and I really had to draw in some New Dream, and I just kind of ended up building up the outer corner with New Dream over the top of Merryweather, because Merryweather is just, it's a bad shade. I'm sorry, it's bad. I mean, look at that. It's bad. So I would say that this shade, Spinning Wheel, and this shade, Merryweather, both Sleeping Beauty references. What do you have against Sleeping Beauty, Colourpop? I would say that this shade and this shade really suck. But other than that, I think that this is a good palette. Will I reach for it a lot? Maybe. You can do some really nice, interesting neutral looks. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but I really like this for when I do need to do a more toned down, calmer makeup look. I like this palette. I'm so glad that I have it. So in conclusion, fabulous, fucking fabulous, and fucking painful. If I forgot to mention anything, if you have any additional questions about the palette or about any of the rest of this collection, I could have gone into every single little princess set that they have. I didn't do that. If you have questions about it, I scoped it all out so I can answer that. Or you can pop over to the Colourpop website yourself. The link will be down below. But if you have any additional questions, ask away in the comment section. I read and respond to every single comment that I get, and every time somebody comments, it makes me really happy. So, I mean, even if you just want to say, oh my gosh, I love Hercules, do it. We'll talk. So that wraps it up for today. As always, thank you so very much for joining me. Follow me on Instagram. I will follow you back. Throw me a pity like, give me some encouragement to make some more videos. Very special shout out to you if you are watching this video on the toilet or if you are watching this video in the litter box. And until next time, stay adorably obsessed with Disney and makeup.